perimeter check was going well. We had reached the southernmost point of the continental United States. A long line of private citizens took turns taking photos. The Florida Keys are a string of small coral and mangrove islands that stretch southward from the mainland in Florida to Key West. U.S. Highway 1 is the road that takes you over turquoise water and through the islands of the Florida Keys. The colors are brighter here. Where I'm from, people do not paint their houses these colors. There's a different mindset in the Keys. For example, this flip-flop that tells you the weather. If the flip-flop is cool, it's cloudy. Hot, sunny. Wet, rainy. Swinging, it's windy. And if the flip-flop is missing, it's a hurricane. There are some non-touristy things on the highway. This was not one of them. Feeding dead little fish to very much alive bigger fish.
I never have to do that again.
If you really want to get away from the tourist stuff, you need to get off the highway. For example, to this intriguing island with the name of No Name Key.
I am on No Name Key, and I was driving on No Name Road, and now I have to decide whether to take a left and go down No Name Drive.
If you do that, you might see things like this brown pelican or this rare and endangered key deer. At the end of Highway 1 is Key West. Many people think it's paradise, including, apparently, the police. We visited in the winter, and around the country, people dreamed of waking up to a weather forecast like this. High 76, low 75. Chance of rain, 0. This shell is a symbol of Key West. You think it's pronounced conch. It's not. All the locals say conch. Conch Republic flags are a big deal down here. In the 1980s, the locals decided to form the Conch Republic, declare independence from the United States, immediately surrender to the United States forces, and then immediately apply for U.S. government aid. In Key West, there is a big party every year on the anniversary of the Conch Republic's surrender. Of course, you don't need much of an excuse to have a party down here. If you like to flash lots of skin, never use sunscreen, drink lots of alcohol, and like to go to parties, consider Key West. We camped at a very nice RV park and paid an astonishing amount of money for a little piece of gravel to park the van on. Here's a view of our neighborhood. All of my neighbors seemed to know exactly how much snow had just fallen from wherever they were from up north. We paid more to camp here for one night than I paid for an entire month's rent for my first apartment. And that apartment had things like walls. Now, to be fair, my first apartment did not have an on-site Cuban food truck that served delicious food. Key West has some quirks, like the wild chickens. There are wild chickens everywhere. It's against the law to kill, harass, eat, or domesticate a wild chicken. You see chickens on the sidewalk, chickens in the shops. There were even chickens at our camp.
At our campsite? Yeah.
The perimeter check was going well. We had reached the southernmost point of the continental United States. A long line of private citizens took turns taking photos so that they could all later look at them for threats to our country's borders. For me, the highlight of our visit to Key West was a visit to the Ernest Hemingway house. Some come here to celebrate the writer. I came here to celebrate the famous cats. This house has dozens and dozens of cats. There was a warning sign about how you should deal with cats. I thought it equally applied to how you should deal with people. The house had regular 5-toed cats, but it also had 6-toed cats. What's a cat with 6 toes look like? It looks like this. It's a unique look for a cat. The cats were everywhere. When you have cats as employees, it can be really hard to get them to follow the rules. Really, really hard. I finally decided to take the extremely risky step and interact with these rule-breaking cats. It seemed to go okay. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Make a comment and let everyone know what you think about this video. We'll see you at the next adventure.